So I'm doing my movie review on a Cinderella story, and I'm focusing on the cliche versus modern scenarios within the movie that determine whether it's a good or bad film. So this is Sam. She's the main character. She's a senior in high school. She has a single father who raises her, and he owns a diner, which she eventually works at when she's a teenager. He marries Fiona, which is her becomes her stepmother then. She's really mean to Sam, clearly bosses her around. Um, when the father dies when she is the age of 9, from an earthquake, he doesn't leave a will, so everything is now the property of Fiona, including herself, which she makes a joke in the movie about. And this is her two daughters, Gabriella and Brianna, which are the typical evil stepsisters, just like you'd comparably see in the original story of Cinderella's story. So this scenario, having the evil stepmother and the evil stepsisters, is a cliche because it's just like the original. This is Carter, her best friend. He's loyal, good to her, and just overall really good for Sam. He's always has her back. And so that is unlike the original movie where she doesn't really have a best friend like this. And so it's a good modern twist on things, as I like to label it as. This is Austin Ames. He's the quarterback of the football team. Cute, popular, very, very typical. Who dates Shelby Cummings. She is the the she's in the cheerleading squad, and she's also cute and popular, and it's just really cliche to see a popular guy dating a popular girl. Literally quarterback of football team, top cheerleader basically at the school. Um, However, Austin and Sam email back and forth and text anonymously using usernames Princeton Girl and Nomad. She's Princeton Girl and he's Nomad. And they don't know who each other are. They just know that they both go to the same school. And so this is a modern twist on things because we're using technology here and they're emailing back and forth, and it's just they don't know who each other are. But that's like the original. However, it's just modern because they're using technology to implement this idea. So they agree to meet precisely in the middle of the dance floor at the Halloween dance, where they get to dress up in costume. And the key of this whole story is that she's wearing a mask, and although it's really kind of dumb because she's wearing a mask that only covers her face, and she knows who he is. However, he cannot recognize who she is. So after the dance, they have a great time. However, he's looking for her because she never told him who she was or her name or anything, and she like hides more or less in high school, and so he's looking for her, and he doesn't recognize her all because of a mask. So, and that, in my opinion, is a really dumb and insulting part of the movie. The evil stepsisters interpret the emails that are sent back and forth between Austin and Sam, and shows these emails to the ex-girlfriend Shelby Cummings, who's the head of the cheerleading squad, and she's completely interested to know all this because he broke up with her for Sam. And so this is a modern twist on things, again with the technology, again with the evil stepsisters interpreting this and showing it to the ex-girlfriend. It's just a nice like twist on things that give it a modern point of view. Shelby Cummings is the head of the cheerleading squad, so at the next pep rally for the next big game, she makes a skit and exposes Sam to who she is, and this is literally Austin's face when he realizes who she is. So he's not really approving, and quite frankly, ignores her after that. So at the next game that later that night, Sam basically tells him off and says, "Because waiting for you is like waiting for rain in this drought, useless and disappointing." So she literally rejects him after he gave her a disapproving face at that pep rally when she finally gets exposed. At the football game, it's a tie game at the very end. There's like less than 10 seconds left, and everyone's screaming Austin, Austin, and Sam actually went to the game because Carter wanted to go to the game, and Sam can't handle all this, everyone yelling Austin's name, and so she leaves uh, the football game, and she's walking out of the bleacher when Austin sees that during a timeout. He literally quits mid-game and runs to her like you'd see in a fairy tale, and like kisses her, and then it starts to rain, and it's just beyond cliche. And this is her, and then he quits the game and runs to her and kisses her, and so again, beyond cliche. And then at the very end, she ends up finding a will from her father, taking all of her stepmother's stuff, and they literally ride it off together with money. She gets the guy and the right college, and they both plan on attending Princeton University, and they literally ride off into the sunset, which is the typical fairy tale ending. So that is literally the most cliche thing. However, everyone loves a happy ending, and most people don't like cliche moments because they're like, oh, this is so done with and it already happened and I know what's going to happen, but everyone truly does love a happy ending. Otherwise, you feel like some part of you is missing if it's like a sad ending to a movie. And on top of that, never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game is one of my favorite quotes all time, which I got from watching this movie. So in the end, with the modern twists and the cliche moments, I would give this a movie a thumbs up because it is fantastic, and I would recommend it to anybody. Because in the end, we all love the cheesy romantic comedy movies.